Ladies and gentlemen, introducing to you first, fighting out the blue corner, official weight 62.42 kilograms with a professional boxing record of 8 victories and 10 defeats. Representing Thailand, Petchdum Manopchai Gym. And his opponent fighting out the red corner, official weight 69.51 kilograms with a professional boxing record of 9 victories and 3 defeats. Representing Thailand, Rattawut Highland Gym. And your referee in charge of the action once it begins, Ajahn Warawut Deun Khao, and the 3 judges scoring ringside, Judge Tanin Pupil, Judge Chris Sanyadet, and Judge Carlos Costa.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. This is our main event of the evening for the ABF Silver Super Welterweight Title. There we go, final instructions from our referee, Rattawut Deun Khao. We've got Rattawut Highland Gym in the red corner going up against Petchdum Manopchai Gym in the blue.
Here we are, folks. Round number 1 underway. It's scheduled for 10 3-minute rounds. ABF Silver Superweight Title on the line. Big right hand to start the action here for Petchdum.
Petchdum taking his time. The Black Diamond by name. Let's see if he can live up to that. Lots of fighters in Thailand taking that name in Muay Thai and going on to big and better things. Huge punches there from Rattawut.
Rattawut doing a very good job to land that nice left hand down the middle, right downstairs as well. Petchdum just sticking that jab out. He's got that very long style, but some great head movement to get away from that evasion of Rattawut.
Jab there to the body by Rattawut. Left hook there as well. Jab again. It's been the battle of the jabs. Jimmy, sorry, taking a page out of your book here, taking a line from your book.
Absolutely, the jab can win your fights, but here we've got that classic southpaw against an orthodox. So Rattawut in the southpaw position, Petchdum in the orthodox, and it is just going to be a battle of that lead leg, but the jab sets up everything with a nice combination landed by Rattawut. As soon as Petchdum comes forward, he lands a nice combination.
High guard here from both fighters. Rattawut measuring out there, touching the glove of his opponent, doing it again. A lot at stake here. One of these two is going to be crowned the ABF Silver Super Welterweight Champion.
And it's a little bit slower in comparison. We've got to remember, this is a 10-round affair. These two fighters are in a marathon right now, not a sprint. The first few rounds are a feeling out stage. You do not want to punch yourself out too early. You want to get as much information as you possibly can without burning your gas tank or taking any unnecessary risks as well. So the first round, feeling out phase. Download the information, upload it in the later rounds.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's no gas stations in this arena, so they can't refuel in between rounds.
But the referee may give him a bit of a warning to engage just ever so slightly more as well. But nice 1-2 landed by Petchdum there, and a swing and a miss to the body there.
Rattawut definitely trying to land the heavier punches in this first round. Tagging in with the straight left there and trying to follow up with the left hook, but missing with it.
Petchdum keeps putting his head down below as well when he lands a shot or when he lands a flurry. He throws it and puts his hand right there, and then Rattawut read it beautifully and landed the nice counter left hand right down the middle.
Jab again there from Petchdum, slipping here. Jab again from Petchdum on the front foot. Clapper goes for 10 seconds in the first round. Like you said, Jimmy, this is a marathon, not a sprint.
Yeah, there's no reason to go too crazy in this first round. You just want to see if your jab is working. You want to see if your range is working. You want to see if the feints are being committed to. You've got to try everything in that first round without exerting too much energy.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Let's take a look at the replays here. See the body work from Petchdum on the front foot. Rattawut able to weather the storm and fire off his own key shot, that left hand. And we talk about it quite a lot, Jimmy, when we get orthodox versus southpaw fights. It's all about not just the footwork, but also the power hands. So that would be the right hand for Rattawut. There's our promoters right there. Mr. Naresh Singwachar, Mr. Priko Satiq, and Mr. Gottwald. So looking forward to our show on the 30th of August right here at World Siam Stadium. Make sure you tune in for that one. It'll be on DAZN, streamed to over so many countries across the globe. But back to the action right here. So it's all about the power punches between the two fighters. Like Rattawut with his left hand, that being his power hand on the back foot, whereas Petchdum, his power hand is his right hand. And who do you think's had most success so far, Jimmy?
I mean, it was a very interesting round because we actually did see that Petchdum was landing more shots, but Rattawut just looked a little bit cleaner, and this is what we saw in the previous round. Rattawut landed some cleaner shots, but Petchdum, to me, landed the more powerful shots.
Clubbing left hand there on the back foot from Rattawut. Petchdum trying to get in the thick of it with a high guard, and losing his balance a little bit there as Rattawut closes the distance yet again with the left hand.
Petchdum just looks a little bit lethargic right now, like he's waiting to get warmed up in this fight, like he's just trying to find the timing, and sometimes that can happen in 10-round fights. The first few rounds, you're still not warm enough yet. You're still not seeing everything the way you want to see it. But as this fight heats up, and there we see a nice counter right hand being landed by Petchdum. Rattawut closes the distance here, and a clinch gets underway.
Being separated here, but action continues. Petchdum just popping out that jab.
Jab for jab action so far, and it's really just a range tool at this point. They're just trying to see how far their opponent is before they commit to a power shot. So that jab right now isn't really to hurt their opponent, it's just to see if I land this jab, that means I can also land my backhand as well. And there's, we just saw it now. Petchdum lands a nice right hand, but Rattawut reads it the second time and gets underneath it.
Beautiful shovel uppercut there from Rattawut. Able to get straight through the guard, carve through the guard like a knife through butter with that left uppercut. Petchdum patiently waiting to plan another attack as he jabs away and lands the right hand down the middle.
And like I said, Petchdum is landing, to me, the more powerful shots. Rattawut is a little bit more active, he looks more busy, but to me, Petchdum is landing the more powerful shots. But this is only round number 2, 1 minute 15 to go of round number 2.
Left uppercut there from Rattawut. Double jab from Petchdum.
And the referee breaks them apart. We're going into the final minute of this round. And again, a very slow round in comparison to the other one, but there's a lot going on here that you are not seeing with the naked eye. There's a lot of fence, there's a lot of movement. Great uppercut gets through there. Back in central ring they go. Big left hand downstairs there, landed by Rattawut.
Rattawut putting the pressure on here. There's that left hand. Huge left hand there from Rattawut as he tags Petchdum, who's taking a knee at the moment. Referee's at 5, now at 6. Petchdum is to his feet. But that completely knocks the wind out of Petchdum's sails. Let's see if he survived. Dying seconds of this round. Here comes Rattawut.
And he looks a little bit wobbly there, but he's doing the right thing here, holding on for whatever he can. But that was a crunching shot there, great counter punch, and he goes down to the body right now. But is he going to weather this storm? Is he going to make it outside of the round? He's doing a great job right now, is Petchdum, to survive this.
Short right hook there from Rattawut. Petchdum stumbles back to his own corner. What a fight, lots of drama here, and we're already 2 rounds in, Jimmy.
I mean, that was exactly what we was expecting, and that's what we were talking about, Ali. It's a slower start in comparison, but they were setting that shot up, and I guarantee Rattawut was waiting for that moment. All those jabs getting through. You see in these replays, a lot of shots just being flailed, but a lot of it was just range-finding shots, and that one shot got through, it landed clean, and it put him to the canvas, and that's exactly what we like to see. Good timing in boxing. So the first 2 rounds, in fact, a feeling out process, a timing finding, but this is where the fight really comes alive. We've got 1 knockdown already on the scorecards.
Yeah, Rattawut definitely ahead on the judges' scorecards with that knockdown. You see if Petchdum can recover now in between rounds, use his experience. See his coach there saying you've got to work off your straight punches here. Don't get into a firefight with Rattawut. I mean, if you're in the corners of both these two, Jimmy, what are you telling them?
I mean, Rattawut's just got to get behind that same counter punch, wait for Petchdum to get underneath a shot, and when he dips underneath, throw it. Petchdum has just got to get that jab and the right hand to the body working for him. It was working so well in the first round and the first half of the second round. There it is. It works beautifully for him. He's got a snappy 1-2. Rattawut does not like dealing with that 1-2 constantly. However, Rattawut's got a good chin to back it up.
Left uppercut there from Rattawut. Petchdum stumbling back onto the ropes. Looks like trying to pull off a bit of rope-a-dope, but Rattawut was straight on him, preventing him from doing that. Petchdum again, front foot. There's that snappy 1-2 you talked about, Jimmy.
Yeah, that 1-2 can be the money shot in boxing. As long as you get that 1-2 working for you, you just keep pumping it out, you can just win an entire round with it. But Rattawut has got to get through that 1-2. He's got to find the timing. And as you noticed there, Ali, you may have seen it, when Petchdum throws that jab, sometimes he steps forward, and that's the right hand that he got countered with that put him to the canvas.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Touch of gloves here. There's that left uppercut from Rattawut. Petchdum swinging and missing. Swinging too much, investing in that left hook and missing with it, but landing with the right hand. He's got a beautiful right hand, Petchdum.
Referee just peeling them apart here. 1 minute already into round number 3. But we are scheduled for 10 here, and we see a lot of hit and grab right now. But a lot of this is just to gain enough energy for these later rounds. Great right hand downstairs for Petchdum, and Rattawut starting to return with one of his own. Petchdum, for someone who got put down to the canvas, looked incredibly wobbly, has recovered fantastically to be looking this strong in the third round, Ali.
And you've got to give it credit to Rattawut as well, who hasn't pounced on him, and like we were talking about energy levels earlier, hasn't completely emptied his gas tank, been able to stay relevant, stay in there, and keep putting the pressure on Petchdum. Rattawut again inside the clinch, trying to land the uppercut, but Petchdum was able to fend him off.
I mean, that's just a sign of experience. We saw in the previous fights, a lot of fighters punched themselves out within the first 2 rounds as soon as they got their opponent hurt, and then they couldn't recover and they went a full fight at a slower pace. These 2 fighters are more veterans of the sport. They know that they've got to hold a pace that can last them into that 6th and 7th round. They don't want to go 10 rounds, but they are prepared to do so. Great left hand gets through for Rattawut.
Yeah, that was a peach of a left uppercut there from Rattawut, and he goes down with it to the body. Getting tied up inside the clinch right now. Petchdum really does need to use his own key shots here. There he goes, firing off the straight punches, but gets clocked by a left hand from Rattawut.
But even when Petchdum is hurt, like we said before, a wounded animal is still very dangerous. Petchdum gets hurt, but when Rattawut steps forward, he eats a counter in the process as well. And we can see these short left hands getting through. Some very old school boxing going on there.
Jab there from Petchdum. We saw that combination early on. Looks like he's found his groove. Checking off with the left hook. Big punches being landed here by Petchdum. Rattawut stumbling back. And there goes the bell to end the third round. Petchdum punching his way back in to the fight in that third round. Good boxing display by Petchdum. You see on the replays here, Petchdum having a lot of success with the straight punches, but Rattawut staying active on the inside with these uppercuts. Putting a lot of pressure on Petchdum on the inside. It's an outside fighter against an inside fighter. And there's our promoters right here. Mr. Briko Santi, Naris Singh Wancha, Supernat Chamram, and Mr. Gottwald.
Yeah, that was a great round. I mean, what a way to end the round as well for Petchdum, where, you know, arguably he was losing that round, and then in that final moment, he just started to come alive. And I think he may have secured himself the victory of that round just for finishing so strong. And that is the beauty of boxing. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish the round, and that could have been the deciding factor. Here we are, folks, ABF Silver Superweight Welterweight Title fight.
High guards here from both fighters. Jab being thrown straight away, right out of the gate from Petchdum.
Both fighters just holding central ring right now. Both fighters know they've got the power to hurt one another. They've both been hurt. Lets him pull up the shorts mid-fight. Great sportsmanship being demonstrated there. Back into the clinch to go. And this is where both fighters are very dangerous, when they're on that medium to close range action.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, they're almost equal in height, but in build, not so similar. Petchdum, the more rangy of the two. Rattawut a little bit shorter, able to generate a lot more power on the inside with those power punches, and Petchdum able to control and command the outside with his straight punches, and especially his jab and the right hand.
Yeah, absolutely, exactly what we're seeing, but a big right hand gets through for Petchdum. And that is what's happened in that previous round. Rattawut just doesn't really commit to defending himself. A big left hand gets through for Rattawut, and it's now tit for tat at this point. Both fighters landing great counter shots on one another.
Petchdum again with the jab. Right hand goes down the middle. We talked about the effective power punches that you've got to land in your stance. Petchdum showing that with landing that right hand, the signature punch there that he's been able to land very efficiently in this fight, tagging Rattawut to the head and to the body.
Yeah, and these are the shots that are the ones that commit too much. You walk yourself into the shot and a toss around the hip. And again, he thought this was judo. He forgot it was a boxing match. Back into the action they go. Definitely old habits probably die hard from previous sports. He doesn't want to touch gloves. Back into the action they go.
Jab there from Petchdum as he shells up. Right hook being fired by Rattawut. Rattawut not having the same success which we saw in the second round. Getting tagged here on the inside with a short left hook from Petchdum.
Absolutely tagging him up here. Maybe that knockdown was the best thing for him. It's really lit a spark because he's really coming alive right now, and he's just not waiting. If your opponent puts his head down like that, you can keep firing. It's up to the referee to decide to put his head up.
Left hand there misses for Rattawut. Rattawut feel like the fight is slipping away from him, especially in this round. Left hooks here as Petchdum builds some momentum. Huge left hook there from Petchdum, and the referee deeming it as a shot to the back of the head. Rattawut not complaining though.
Borderline, definitely. The referee saw it. That's what he thinks it is. But to me, he was taking a shot that was available to him. Protect yourself at all times. Don't give your back to your opponent. But that is a great finish to the round by Petchdum. That's exactly what he needed to do. Rattawut has got to go back to his corner and think of a game plan very soon. We're in the final seconds of this round. Body shot gets through as well.
Yeah, what a round it's been for Petchdum. There's a nice, accurate straight right to end that round. What a round that was. I feel like Petchdum clawed his way back into that one. Jimmy, take us away with these replays.
Yeah, definitely he's put himself back on the map here. I mean, he's still down in the sense that he was down in the fight. He was on a 10-8 round, but that round, I mean, he landed so many crunching shots, almost folding him like a deck chair here. And that was that moment where the referee called it to the back of the head. In fact, it was only to the back of the head when the referee stepped in. I don't think that was an illegal on-purpose shot, but a very, very close round until that flurry that we saw. I mean, after that 10-8 round, we could be looking at a very close fight so far. The table has definitely turned right now, and we're going into the next round very soon. But a great fight so far, Ali.
Yeah, it has been a great fight so far. Corners getting really heated at the moment, trying to make sure they keep the energy alive inside their boxer's spirit. Make sure they keep on pushing the pace, keep on pushing the action. Really like how Petchdum's been able to get his way back into this fight, just keeping it simple, using the jab, using the straight right. But Rattawut does have power though. We saw that knockdown in the second round. Could be very even coming into the fifth right now, Jimmy.
Here we are, back into the action they go as well, and absolutely both fighters now know they've got the power to really damage one another. It's now just going to be who can execute the game plan better, who can put the next one down. I mean, Petchdum's been to the canvas already. Rattawut has taken some big shots.
Jab to the body there from Petchdum. Rattawut getting told off in the corner for not taking his chances on the inside.
And that's some great advice. You cannot just give these things up. We're in round number 5 right now. Halfway through this fight already for the ABF Super Welterweight Title. You've got to go for it now. You've got no more feeling out rounds. You cannot give up any round to your opponent. You've got to push the pace. You've got to prove that you want it.
It's a clash of tactics there, clash of styles. See, Petchdum wants to keep the fight on the outside with his straight punches, whereas Rattawut just seems like he's trying to time Petchdum as he comes in with that left uppercut, Jimmy.
Well, the interesting thing is Petchdum's had more success when he's on the medium to inside close range, when he charges in with those right hands and left hands. And I think Rattawut just doesn't have an answer for a charging Petchdum as enough. He's trying to find the counters. He got that knockdown in that second round, and it might have been a bad thing for Rattawut because he's got that false sense that I've got the power to put him down again.
High guard here from Petchdum. Jab there from Rattawut. Straight right to the body there from Petchdum. Petchdum momentarily changing stances to southpaw. Rattawut still holding a high guard, being very sort of hidden at the moment. Rattawut in this round, not trying to give away too much. Getting clocked there by a left hook from Petchdum.
Petchdum just clobbering his way through, just almost like bushwhacking himself through a jungle at this point, just trying to tear up Rattawut.
Do you kind of feel like Rattawut has run out of ideas, Jimmy? Just trying to swing for that one punch, but keeps on missing the opportunity to throw it.
That's exactly how I describe it. Like I said, that knockdown was the best thing for Petchdum, but it wasn't the best thing for Rattawut. What an irony we are witnessing right now. I think it's done something against him because he now doesn't have a game plan. He's trying to put him away, but I think Petchdum is just too laser focused right now.
Straight left to the body there from Rattawut as he tries to land a left hand, but Petchdum gets out of the way. Petchdum moving, pivoting around his opponent. Left hook there from Petchdum, stumbling back Rattawut. Rattawut retreating again into the clinch.
Petchdum almost with that Antonio Margarito style, just marching forward, throwing everything you can. Very slow shots, but a big left hand gets through for Rattawut. That would have been his best shot, but he eats a shot in the process. He's starting to stumble. Petchdum not taking it. Big uppercut gets through.
And that will do it for the 5th round. We go into round 6, which is coming up after these action replays. What a fight that was. I mean, Rattawut just seemed like he was at a buffet, that, you know, eating as many punches as he could to land one of his own, but missing the opportunity to. Petchdum, again, just following off from the momentum that he built with that jab in the previous rounds and landing that strong right hand down the middle and clocking Rattawut with the left hook as well. What a round of action that was, Jimmy.
Yeah, exactly what we signed up for to see. And this is what you expect in main event action. You know, both of these fighters are fighting for the ABF Super Welterweight Title. Both of them clearly want it. I mean, look, Petchdum has really come alive after taking that knockdown in that 2nd round. I mean, he's got a crisp one too. I just think Rattawut doesn't have a game plan going forward now.
Whereas Petchdum's game plan seems like he's trying to work off that jab, something that you talk about a lot. Everything off the jab, everything off the jab. It's a good way to sort of build your foundation. Petchdum having a rough start with a knockdown in the 2nd round, but I feel like he's clawing his way back in here, getting his way right back into this fight.
Yeah, it's like sketching with a pencil before you color in. You want to create your borders. You want to find out where they are before you start filling in the gaps.
Yeah, well, these two have definitely not got their colouring books in this fight. They've got their boxing gloves on. Left hand here from Rattawut on the outside, trying to maneuver his way around, trying to find that angle. Swing and a miss here from Rattawut as he pivots to his right.
Petchdum starting to close the gap here, almost taking the, you know, a page out of Rattawut's book here and just coming forward, ducking and diving, trying to get on the inside here, but it's been working well for him. His power is working, that right hand is getting through. Rattawut just looks a little bit too dazed right now and hasn't got an answer. He hasn't done anything different in the past 2 rounds.
Clubbing left hook there from Petchdum. As Rattawut is waiting a little bit too long on the back foot. Left hand there from Rattawut as he pushes Petchdum back.
Yeah, a bit of a stumble there indeed, but definitely tired. Both fighters look exhausted here, but Petchdum still trying to find that rear uppercut through the guard indeed. And when he lands it, it lands clean. It lengthens the neck of Rattawut for sure.
Petchdum again with the right hand down the middle, pushing Rattawut off as they try and enter the clinch.
Central ring for both of these fighters, halfway through round number 6 already, and that means we are at the halfway mark of this title fight. Main event action going on. Big left hand gets through for Rattawut, but then Rattawut tends up onto the canvas, but that was a slip.
Yeah, referee not deeming that as a knockdown. Looked like he slipped as he took a step back. Good refereeing here. Referee World Siam Stadium staying on top of the action. Good dirty boxing here from Petchdum inside the clinch.
And you can see the ring is a little bit wet in the red corner as well. They probably need to get someone to wipe that up, otherwise they're going to keep slipping unless they bring their ice skates.
Yeah, we have had 14 bouts inside this ring this afternoon, rolling into this evening, so you can understand it being a little bit slippery.
There we can see he's now powwowing the guard here. A nice jab there by Petchdum. I mean, we've barely seen that many jabs like this with a single moment, but here we see he really comes alive. He doesn't allow the clinch to prevent his action, and this is what other fighters we saw tonight didn't do. As soon as they clinched, they went into reset modes, but not Petchdum. As soon as he's in the clinch, he's actually coming alive even more.
Petchdum, high guard, coming forward, getting behind that jab. Jab again from Petchdum, right hand, sorry, left hand missing for Rattawut as he gets pushed back by a right hand from Petchdum.
Central ring now, final moments of this round, halfway mark already being ticked off. A nice jab getting through here, and again, you've got to give this round so far to Petchdum. He's just chopping his way down, treating Rattawut like a tree, and just keeps chopping at him with his axe. And there's the bell. A nice jab gets through right at the end. We're going to go to some action replays, but to me, I think we may have seen a flip on the scorecards by now. I think Petchdum has done enough to start winning this fight, even after taking a knockdown, even after taking a 10-8 round. There's a beautiful rear uppercut that just slipped through the guard and did exactly what he needed to do. And there was that slip moment, and that was exactly what we saw, but luckily the water has been cleared up, but we will see again in just a moment. But what a fight we are witnessing. Everyone for joining us so far, thank you for being here live on YouTube and on Facebook, but of course everyone in the stands at World Siam Stadium, Highland Boxing Gym. We are here on the last Saturday of every month.
And it's been a great night of action so far as we go into the championship rounds against these two. A lot at stake, both fighting for the ABF Super Welterweight Title.
And this is the moment which really tests fighters. Who's done the most rounds in the ring? Who's ran the most miles? Who's done their homework? These, like you said, Ali, are the championship rounds, the final moment. When you're tired, that's when the fight really starts.
Yeah, well over the halfway point here. And it just feels like Petchdum has gotten into a really good fluid groove, and it's been so tough for Rattawut to break it. The best round for Rattawut, best rounds really were the first two. But Petchdum, in my opinion, is really taken over, and all because of those two punches, that jab and that straight right that he's been able to fire so well on the front foot, digging it down there to the body.
Yeah, Petchdum not doing anything fancy, not doing anything special, sticking to the basics, but the basics do work in boxing. You build a foundation with the left hand and the right hand, or the 1-2, and then you start to develop your style around it, and that's exactly what we've seen with Petchdum, just using the basic boxing maneuvers, and it's working well for him.
Jab to the body there from Petchdum, like you said, keeping it simple. Well, simple things definitely win fights. We're seeing that so far, potentially from Petchdum, if he's well, at least we've both got him ahead on our unofficial scorecards. Yeah,
he's definitely edging this fight on my unofficial scorecards, but again, what we say doesn't really mean much right now. We can see Petchdum, with his Antonio Margarita style, just keeps marching down, trying to chop the tree down where it stands.
And what's the best way to beat a style like this if you're talking about Antonio Margarito?
Well, you know he's coming for you. You know he's coming in on a straight line, so you've got to release your inner Miguel Cotto and just start finding the angles. Or Manny Pacquiao did it beautifully. In and out action when he's marching towards you, almost like a big Terminator. You land the shots while you can and then get yourself out of dodge.
Sort of like a Matador against the bull, Jimmy.
It's 100% that as well.
Okay, here we go, coming up to the 1 minute and 15-second mark in this 7th round. We are set for 10 if this goes the distance. Petchdum leaning on Rattawut.
And it's these little moments, Ali, these little edges that he's taking right now is what's paying off for him. Leaning on him in every moment he possibly can just to take away the energy in his legs. It's just absolute beautiful stuff by Petchdum. All these small edges that he's taken is what's winning the fight for him right now on my unofficial scorecard.
Yeah, left hand though, lands for Rattawut. He's been waiting to land a shot like that. That momentarily stunned Petchdum. Petchdum trying to use the right uppercut, stepping away here. I think Petchdum complaining about a clash of heads.
An elbow is what he believes. He believes it was an elbow that came in. Could have just been a really strong shot, but we will see. But that was a great way to get a breather. Like I said, he's got all these little moves. He leans on you. He knows how to stop the action. He's doing a great job.
Stumble there from Petchdum. Rattawut keeping his composure, trying to land another left hand. Petchdum was wobbly earlier on. Let's see if he can maintain his momentum.
And this is what we want to see. Big right hand gets through for Petchdum. Final moments of this round. Absolute beautiful stuff as well. Absolute drama to end it. Nice 1-2 landed by Rattawut, but Petchdum returns with one of his own.
Jab there from Petchdum, and that's going to end the 7th round. Well, what a round that was between these two. I thought Petchdum was going down yet again. Just Rattawut playing possum on the back foot, being nice and patient to land his power punches, going for quality over quantity. But in this fight, quantity has paid off so far for Petchdum, being able to be the more active fighter, landing that jab, landing that right hand to the head and to the body, and not letting Rattawut off the hook. What do you think, Jimmy?
Yeah, I mean, I think Rattawut had a moment in that round to really try and turn things up, but the difference here is I just think Petchdum wants this a little bit more than Rattawut. He looks like he's trying to move forward. The judges favor the fighter that keeps moving forward, the fighter that pushes the action. Rattawut, although landing some good shots, he's had moments in between. To me, he's just not doing enough to actually win this fight outright.
Well, that's why we call you the man in the mo. The man in the know, Mr. Jimmy Bowe. Giving you all the knowledge here. Right, here we go, moving into the 8th round of this 10-round affair. We've got Petchdum in the blue corner wearing the red trunks with the black trim, and Rattawut in the red corner wearing the black trunks with the gold trim. A jab here from Rattawut to start off this round. Petchdum firing back his own jab to the body.
Yeah, the first jab to the body we've seen in a long time, but he's closing the gap here. Rattawut trying to find that counter. You could see him measuring with the jab, almost a push jab, waiting for that counter, but it just wasn't enough. Petchdum just closing the gap, just stalking him, not giving him any breathing room at all.
Jab there from Petchdum. Sticking to his game plan. It's interesting. I'm just finding it surprising that Rattawut hasn't found a way behind that jab. All he's doing is just pouring out and measuring it. There's an uppercut there from Rattawut. That shook Petchdum in the previous rounds.
And this is what we were talking about. Rattawut has got so many moments in between these flurries where he lands a beautiful, crisp shot. But if you haven't got the power to put your opponent down, it's just not going to be enough to win these rounds in the fight.
Yeah, hesitation really does work against you in fight sports. And we're seeing it here, Rattawut measuring out there, slipping down, holding and tying up Petchdum inside the clinch.
Yeah, and that's exactly the way to describe it. Hesitation is what's happening right now on Rattawut's part. He's not committing to the shots. He's not taking any risks. Early in this fight, we knew they wouldn't take risks. But in the later half of the fight, you've got to take a risk. You've got to do something to really flip the fight on its head.
Yeah, I mean, taking risks is put yourself in a catch-22. You've got to take the risk to get the reward. But sometimes you take the risk and it doesn't pay off. But unfortunately, that's why this is just such an exhilarating, such an exciting sport.
And it's such a high level as well. It's such an extreme sport to an extent as well. So much is on the line. And like you said, committing to the gamble can also pay off in the wrong way as well. And that's what we're seeing. Rattawut, to me, has got to take a gamble right now. He's got to do something. Now, we don't know what the judges are thinking, but I just think Petchdum is doing everything. Beautiful uppercuts and getting through with a left hook.
Yeah, Petchdum being very patient with that left hook, landing it when he's finally established that jab. I think it's just been the jab of Petchdum that Rattawut hasn't been able to get through. If you're in Rattawut's corner, Jimmy, what are you telling him? That was a beautiful left hand to the body. Get
busier, just start getting busier, or at least create your angles. As soon as your opponent throws a jab or the backhand, get around it and start digging to the body. You've got to move around a straight line. You cannot meet a straight line head on. It's not like two trains crashing. You've got to get around that train.
Petchdum complaining again about another elbow from Rattawut. Not one that I saw, got past my eye. 10-second clapper.
If you don't see it, Ali, I don't believe it's happening. So here we see the final moments, and again, it's one of those moments where, when are you going to start moving forward? When are you going to take the risk? And I think the corner of Rattawut has really got to say, this is what you're doing right now. Here we see the action replays. So a lot of flurries just against the ropes here. You can see the nice right hand being landed to the body by Petchdum. Rattawut returning with a shot of his own. But a lot of these shots are just being grazed off the gloves as well. not a lot is going on in the rounds up close. And there's that elbow. We saw the elbow on the replay. That definitely was an elbow that happened. So Rattawut's got to be very careful. You do not want to give up a point by elbowing. If you elbow your opponent, you don't get a warning. It's a straight up point deduction. You do not want to give yourself up something like that. So it definitely happened. But credit to Petchdum. Just kind of was like, look, you did it, but I'm going to carry on fighting you.
Yeah, it wasn't the first time that Rattawut's thrown an elbow in this fight. Cheeky move. Trying to chew up some time, I think, or just a bit of frustration as well. Maybe a combination of the two.
But here we are, folks. The final moments of this ABF Silver Super Welterweight title. To me, it's still all to play for. I still think it could be very close. I do have Petchdum edging it so slightly, Ali.
I mean, we talk about the jab a lot, James, and this has really been a dominating factor for Petchdum in this fight, and they've been able to allow him to establish a range. We've not seen a jab too much from Rattawut. He's just been touching the glove and just lunging in for these shots and taking his footwork off balance. Is that something that you've been able to see as well? Is there anything else that sticks out for you between these two?
I mean, I just think Rattawut is sticking to the roulette wheel of boxing, which is basically, I'm going to take my shot whenever I can. I've got a very unlikely chance of landing it, but if I do land it, it could be devastating. But I just don't think it's enough to win rounds.
I feel like he's telegraphing it too much, but like you said, rolling that roulette wheel, trying to make sure it lands on his number.
And that's what we're witnessing right now. If it lands, it lands, but even when it does land, you may have invested way too much early on to really recuperate your losses as well. So we're going to find out very soon. But both fighters holding central ring. A nice high guard for Petchdum, and he's now jabbing to the body.
Right hand there from Petchdum. Within the 9th round here, penultimate round of this title fight. Jab down the middle from Rattawut. Petchdum firing back his own jab. Battle of the jabs. Petchdum going in the body this time with his jab. Rattawut comes lunging in. Left hand down the middle from Rattawut.
Much better from Rattawut to actually take a gamble, but again, he didn't do anything with that gamble. Petchdum did a great job to really just kind of maneuver around the onslaught of Rattawut, but this is what Rattawut needs to do in my eyes. He needs to take the risk.
Hook to the body there from Petchdum. High guard here from Petchdum as well. Jab to the body.
We're already halfway through round number 9. A big right hand gets upstairs for Petchdum. And we're starting to see the classic shots being landed. The 1-2 only with the grab. The 1-2 grab is all we're seeing. But like we said before, we might sound like a broken record. What is Rattawut doing to win this fight? He's landed a nice flurry there, but is it enough? A nice uppercut gets through for Petchdum. Big swing and a miss there. Rattawut starts to tumble. The referee allows him to come back into the action.
Oh, Petchdum catching Rattawut slipping inside the clinch, swarming all over him, holding him there, and landing the hook, the uppercuts inside the clinch.
I'm not sure why the referee keeps stopping the onslaught as well. There was a moment there where he should have allowed the fight to carry on, but we're back into the action anyways.
Yeah, the action continues here. Straight to the body there from Rattawut. Right hook comes upstairs as well.
Nice jab for jab action so far. You can see both fighters just trying to find the openings. They're both very, very tight. A great uppercut gets through. And we can see jab for jab action going on right now. And this is what we was kind of waiting for early on in the fight. Jab for jab action, measuring the range to get those right hands going.
Double jab there from Petchdum, right hand fired down the middle. Rattawut staying low on his feet. Bit of urgency there from Rattawut at the end of that 9th round. And we go into the 10th and final round. Everything is at stake here. One of these two is going to walk away with the ABF Silver Super Welterweight Title. But we'll find out who the winner is going to be in the next round. But let's recap round number 9. What a round it was. It was pretty much exactly the same from Petchdum, but we saw a lot of boxing inside the clinch. Petchdum tying up Rattawut and able to land this right uppercut. Beautiful right uppercut on the inside.
Yeah, I mean, that was a very, very close round. There were moments in that round where you're just like not sure, but I think there's been a few moments in this fight where the fight has almost been stopped when we should have allowed the action to just carry on ever so slightly, but it's been a very exciting fight. To me, it's been a very interesting chess match where a lot of shots are being landed, a lot of great things are happening in this fight, but it's a battle of the 1-2 against, well, Rattawut on that back foot. But we're going into a 10th and final round, Ali. Ali, if you could call, who do you think's winning this fight?
I really think Petchdum's winning this fight. I mean, early on, I thought it was all over for him, but he just stuck to the basics, stuck to the game plan. You can really see the mental toughness of Petchdum, whereas Rattawut seems to me like he's just been a one-trick pony trying to fire that power shot on the back foot. It has landed a couple of times, and it could be the shot that will get him the win here. You never know. You can never take your eye off the ball in boxing.
Yeah, absolute key. And this is the one thing, it's whoever pretty much drops the ball here could be the loser in this fight, because we've had that one knockdown. I thought we would have seen a lot more with some of the shots that have been landed so far, but the crowd seem very divided right now on who they want to win, Rattawut or Petchdum.
But going back to you, Jimmy, if you were to pick a winner here, who's it going to be?
I'm agreeing with you. I think Petchdum has done enough. I was so surprised that I'm saying that after what we saw in the first 2 rounds, but to me, Petchdum has just been the constant aggressor, moving forward, the nice jabs, the nice backhand, and he's also rocked Rattawut a few times. But there has been moments where Rattawut has stumbled Petchdum.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Good jab there, stiff jab to the head and to the body from Petchdum. Measuring his shot there, touching the glove. Rattawut trying to fire a left hand.
And then we can see that, like you mentioned earlier, measuring with his jab, the powwow in boxing, but it doesn't do that much in the later rounds. You're already at a stage where you should have worked out the range, you should have worked out the timing of your fighter. Now you've got to put everything together. Great left hand through there for Rattawut. Beautiful shot indeed by Rattawut, but is it enough?
But this is the thing, we've seen Petchdum go through the gears here from the first round to the last round, whereas Rattawut has kept the same tempo, and it just hasn't worked out for him. Like you say all the time, it's all about timing against speed and power, but we haven't really seen that too much from Rattawut. Petchdum just keeps on beating him to the punch and keeps on being on top of him here, Jimmy.
Yeah, it's a great way of putting it. Petchdum has just kept at that same level the entire fight, but it's just worked for him. Rattawut, to me, hasn't taken enough risk. He hasn't tried something different. He's very used to being able to outwork people on that back foot, but when you've got someone as tough as Petchdum Manopchai Gym, it's very hard to just bully them into a submission here.
We enter the final minute of the 10th round. So last round tonight here at Highland Boxing. What a night of action it has been. And these two are duking it out for the ABF Super Welterweight Title. Who's going to be the winner here?
And we just saw a great uppercut get through as well. So many powerful shots being landed by both of these fighters, but to me, Petchdum has landed so many hard shots as well. Final moments of this ABF Super Welterweight Title fight. We are in the dying moments so far, but it could be closer than we think. We will be finding out very soon. Nice left hand downstairs for Rattawut right there, but a right hand gets through. Both fighters involved in the clinch.
Final 10 seconds to go. Left hand digs to the body for Rattawut. So being tied up here, referee needs a crowbar to separate these two in the clinch. And that is the end of the round. What a fight it was between these two.
Yeah, what an absolute action-packed round. And you can tell by the way Petchdum is celebrating. He feels he's got it. Rattawut's kind of got his head down, but has he done it? We will find out soon. Look at these replays here. We see that nice jab with the left hand landed by Petchdum, but then just Petchdum gets that uppercut through. Rattawut had such a crisp dancing 1-2, but we're going to go to Peter Demon with the official announcement.
Darkness, find the fight, shining.
Welcoming into the ring, the promoter, Mr. Rainer Gottwood, and the promoter, Mr. Supanat Janram, Mr. Priko Santik, and the ABF president, Mr. Naris Singh Wangcha. We hold events like this once a month, every last Saturday of the month, here at World Siam Stadium, 2 p.m. onwards. And you can also watch us live on the Facebook page for free, Highland Boxing Gym. Ladies and gentlemen, Judge Chris scores it 94-95. Judge Tanin scores it 92-97. And Mr. Carlos scores it 94-96. Your winner, by way of split decision, Petchdum Manopchai Gym. The new ABF Super Welterweight Champion, Petchdum Manopchai Gym.